Welcome, one and all, to the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast, here for our review and reaction to night one of Wrestlemania. Folks, I am your King of Extreme, Phil KOE, the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cover, the prince and potentate of the political parlance, the lord of the Scottish Highlands, one handsome man if I do say so myself. And I am joined by my indomitable broadcast partner, the one, the only,
the 16-time, soon to be 17-time Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion, non-chill filtered quadruple distilled, your blend master of ceremonies himself, Tony fucking G.
And I did forget to mention the reigning, defended
for now,
Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion. And I do gotta say, it is really weird. Oh, there's...
I don't know why. I'm having microphone connectivity problems.
Well, let's see if you truly are.
No, we're good now.
I don't know why. See? See, now, folks, you are getting every beautiful, soft, sweet summer sound that is my voice.
So we're gonna break this down. We'll get to the main event here soon, but which we just saw.
Yeah, we start off with Gunther versus Jey Uso. Now, Tony.
Yeah, you had Jey, I had Gunther. This didn't start out great for me. I liked this match a lot more than I expected to.
It middled great.
Yeah, it middled great. Like, Jey was on point. Gunther's always incredible, and the crowd was really into it. And then, I don't know, Jey hit this section where he started channeling his inner Hulk Hogan and started no-selling, and he was laughing, and then the triple splash, and then he made Gunther tap.
I wasn't a fan of the
I
end.
lost almost a star in my rating.
I wasn't a fan of the end.
No, it made Gunther look stupid. I hated the end, but yeah, the match up until midpoint was really good. I'd give it. Oh, what did I give this one? I wrote it down. I could even go down from there now, but I gave it 3 stars. I was gonna go a lot higher until the end series.
Yeah, I think I kind of landed the same spot just because, the end kind of ruined it for me.
Even though you picked the winner.
I mean, I did. And so I started off with advantage. Yeet, yeet, yeet.
I don't know.
Again, at the end, Jimmy came out and they shared a moment. Yay, hooray.
Congratulations, Jay. But it just, I don't know. It felt off for me. It didn't feel...
The Rikishi family's celebrating.
That's great. I have nothing but respect for both the Usos, but it wasn't... that's not how I would have done it. If you were going to put the belt on him there, that's not how I would have done it. It made Gunther look terrible. So, not my favorite opening to a Mania, but still a pretty good match.
Then after that, we had the tag team match, correct?
Yeah, this was... the crowd was dead for this at the start because... they yeeted themselves out after the first match, but I'll say this, Ivar really knew how to get them back, and he tried several times, hyping the crowd, and it finally started working. And the moonsault breakup by the elbow drop, that was good, and the finish was really nice, and the New Day are your new tag team champions for the 12th time. I think a record breaking. So this was actually a lot better than I expected. I had no build for this, and I really wasn't really invested, but
You cared as much as the folks at home did.
it's the New Day, and I really like this heel arc they're on. So I liked it. I gave it 3 stars.
What did I? Oh no, I gave it 2.75 because it was a little bit better than a middling tag match, which was put in a very dead spot. I mean,
Yeah.
like you said, they were all yeeted out, and so they knew that whatever they did from there, it just wasn't going to work out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was either that or the Charlotte Flair Tiffany Stratton match that they put in that spot. So
well, no, after that we had the Jade Cargill versus Naomi match. I really like Naomi's heel get up. I've always hated the glow persona, so this is a welcome to change. Jade Cargill, on the other hand, is just an entire vibe to herself. She comes out wearing the storm gear from the X-Men, and she's just so confident. Her movements are just flawless. And I'm talking about the entrance, okay?
yeah, I was about to say, what match were you watching?
Because she is just oozing confidence on a level that you can't teach. Like,
yeah,
you
can't,
she's
got the vibe.
You can't buy that.
She understands she's a star. She understands she's got a superstar look.
Yeah.
She understands that, she's one of those few people that can really get to that next level because she's also got athleticism. But I'm going to be honest, this was Naomi feeding.
I felt like that's what this
Jade
was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be Naomi having a broom handle because Jade's still.
It wasn't
green.
a broom handle.
No, it wasn't.
No, but it was definitely one ring veteran feeding the other one. Okay,
to a point.
Wrong, it was a fine match, but I'm gonna give it 2.5 stars.
To a point, you're right. But here's the thing: Jade actually took the big spots pretty well, and in a lot of cases, it's an instance where she would not have been up to the task. The X Factor to the outside of the ring, she took that perfectly, and then she caught Naomi for a vertical hanging suplex jackhammer, which was fantastic. And then the ending sequence, the electric chair into the twisting power bomb, and then Jade hits her finish. Like, oh, and there was a top rope face buster. Like, both of them were on point for the big spots. But Jade got the win. The right person won this. I could not have enjoyed this more than I did. It's exactly what I wanted out of this match. So I was actually pretty happy with it. I gave this one 3.25.
3.25. Yeah, I'm sticking with 3 stars.
Okay, that's fair.
Now the next match after that was about, I'd say, 45 minutes of commercials.
40, let's be fair.
Okay, all right. I don't want to exaggerate too much.
So yeah, we got Jacob Fatu challenging for the U.S. title against LA Knight, and both these guys are pros. They've got plenty of indie cred. I think that's fair to say. So they're finally on the big stage, right? And I think they've got a bit of a history on a lower level back in the day.
Yeah.
So this was not surprisingly very, very good. LA Knight's still super over, but the crowd eats up everything that Jacob Fatu does. He's just got a presence. He's got a look. It's the same thing. He's got a vibe, and it's undeniable. And he's so very talented. But the thing about Jacob Fatu is he's such a big, hefty guy that looks grungy. It reminds me a lot of Bam Bam Bigelow in terms of what he can do athletically, being the size that he is.
I kind of get the Kevin Owens vibe, if that makes sense,
Sure.
where he doesn't look like he should be able to pull off the thing. Like, think of okay, I know you're going Bam Bam Bigelow, but I think this is actually a little closer. Kind of a mix of Kevin Owens and Vader.
Yeah, Vader was not flawless in his movement.
No, but he was a big guy that would do a moonsault and would do stuff that you wouldn't expect a big guy to do.
Sure.
And then mix a little bit of Kevin Owens in there, and that's a little close. Because also, Vader had a reputation of being a little snug. And I think Fatu also has, Ming came out and endorsed him at the end of this match. But we're getting ahead of ourselves.
No, and then, towards the end, double 2-time moonsault, Jacob Fatu gets the W, wins the belt. It was really good. And the crowd was super into it. They were into him. It felt genuine.
The moonsault counter was one of the moves of the night.
Oh, it's just
it was well done. It was well done.
Loved everything about this one. I gave that one 3.25 as well. So really
I
liked
gave
it.
it 3.75. I really enjoyed that one. Okay. That was that was one of the that was a star building moment.
Absolutely.
Okay, and so Jacob Fatu, let's be frank, to the WrestleMania viewing audience, which is a lot bigger than the WWE audience, nobody knew him from Adam. Okay, now going forward, people are going to know who he is.
True.
And so, yeah, this was his big moment. So, yeah, 3.75 for me. Now, what was the next match, sir?
So this is when we went on to the Lucha Libre match.
Amazing.
First off, I had it commented to me, who the hell was that referee? And he was terrible and looked ridiculous, but I digress. Love you too.
Oh, that's cute.
Americano. Just holy
El
crap.
Grande Americano.
The entrance.
I think you can order that at Starbucks.
The entrance was amazing. Just everything about this.
Yeah, the entrance was ridiculous. I mean, it was a full mariachi.
Oh, wow.
And everybody was wearing the El Grande Americano masks.
I loved this.
And then out he comes with like his entrance was like a cross between El Santo and Mil Mascaras.
That was beautiful.
Okay, and which was ridiculous. And so that was but I gotta say I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the hell out of this match.
It was a great match. Gable is just so good at whatever you throw him in.
He somehow made Shorty G work.
He recovered from that. That's what's
no,
so
he didn't recover. He made it work.
He made it work, and he's survived it, and he's gotten even better in everything he does.
He's El Grande Americano. Well, allegedly. Okay, now we'll find out. Like, there's truly the mystery. There was actually some talk that in order to clear this all up, his opponent tonight was actually going to be Chad Gable.
Yeah.
Just to finally clear up all those vicious rumors. Because
you put another 6 inches on this guy, and he could be the next coming of Kurt Angle with the right intensity. Like, he's just so. He's got the build, he's got the intensity. I love his work rate.
I mean, also like Tony, look at how well he's improved from his debut. It is very Kurt Angle like El Grande Americano from his debut on television to now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a Kurt Angle level. Like it's like he's been doing it for years.
It's
I mean, I know it's almost otherworldly.
It is.
So the mystery of who is El Grande Americano continues. Like I said, it could be Bubba Ray or Devon Dudley.
So he goes with the classic shoving of the metal plate and the mask. Phoenix was on point tonight. He walks the rope, kicks the head of Americano,
and then acts like he's got a broken leg.
And then Americano gets the ankle lock, and then Phoenix ends up on the turnbuckle and does a diving headbutt into the metal plate. It just out cold, falls flat on the middle of the ring. But the big spot of this one for me was the 360 senton bomb. Yeah. Where Americano, wow.
Even the commentators didn't know what to call that. So Tony, when people say he's not a luchador, I mean, he did, I would say, a 360 or a 480 reverse senton bomb. Yeah. I mean, it's sort of like, remember when the Iron Sheik would cut promos at JCW shows? I am a rare luchador. Like, I thought that tonight. Like, yes, El Grande Americano, to quote the Iron Sheik, you are a rare luchador. Yes.
So Americano gets the win. See, at this point it was 5-3. You were ahead of me by 2 points. The next match, though, it was Teppy time. It was Charlotte time, and
this is a match I thought was going to put me to sleep, but these girls were a little snug. Would that be a word?
That's a good way to put it. This started out like really good, and it was growing gradually, and then it hit a midpoint where it was supposed to shift into another gear, but they ground the gears, and they had to shift back to first.
I think, there's always that question of how much is work and how much is shoot with things like this.
They started shooting a little bit.
Okay, I'm not gonna say they weren't shooting on each other, but they were definitely potatoing on each other. Like, they were keeping it very snug.
Well,
like,
that's fair to say,
okay,
considering Tiffany's teeth got shoved backwards
yeah,
in
I
her
was about
mouth.
to say they worked harder than Hulk ever did.
Yeah.
Okay, in terms of just how snug it was, because Hulk, his punches, Tony, you remember,
Oh, oh,
those
oh.
are the Hulk punches. Okay, like,
Ironically, there's Hulk.
oh, there's Hulk. Yeah, there's the Hulkster. Which, I did actually get to see him the other day in Lincoln. That was crazy. I was wearing the suit to go see him, and so everybody thought I was security. And so they just let me walk right up to the SUV and like, hey, there's the Hulk. And yeah, it was pretty awesome. Didn't even have to spend $60 to go see him or nothing. So that was great. That was great. But yeah, sometimes folks, it does pay to just dress the part. But yeah, so
I don't know. This one went up and down in terms of work rate.
yeah, at one point it just became a stumble fest
Yeah.
because they didn't know what to do. And I really wonder if it was an instance of screw you, I'm not going to do what you want to do. Nope, screw you, I'm
There
not
was
going to do what
some
you
of
want to
that.
do. Like, and so yeah, they weren't shooting on each other, but they weren't as cooperative as
No, there
professional
was
wrestling is normally used to.
there should have been a lot more
You got any water
cooperation.
left?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. But
No,
yeah,
I don't know. Something was off towards the midpoint and the finish, but they got stiffer as the match went on. There was a lot of disrespect there behind the scenes, but
beautiful.
no, it looked for a minute like Charlotte was going to get the W, but no, Tiffany did end up retaining, and I think that was the right call. This is how you build a star. You can't keep going back to the well because we've seen the well at Charlotte, and the crowd was not feeling her this Mania season. So this was the right call. I'm glad they went with a new, fresh face that they have trust in.
Totally
And
the
the crowd
wrong
does
call.
too.
100% the wrong call.
So yeah, this narrowed things up 4-5.
Yeah, because Tony had Tiffany, I had Charlotte, so 100% the wrong call. It should have gone the other way.
So this came down to the main event for tonight: Rollins, Punk, Reigns, triple threat. And
for the second
you
year
had
in
Roman,
a row,
I had
the
Rollins.
second year in a row, our tribal chief has been robbed and wronged. Okay, folks. Now, last year, Roman was doing it down the middle, fair and square.
Right.
And just like the year before, fair and square got the W.
Right,
okay.
right.
Now, this time, he was fair and square, wielding a chair that Paul Heyman had handed to him and was just wearing CM Punk out with it. Fair and square, okay?
Uh-huh.
And then that dastardly Paul Heyman.
That dastardly Paul Heyman.
Dastardly, okay? Just ask a lot of the ECW talent that's still to this day waiting for a payday. But yeah, that dastardly Paul Heyman, low blow from behind, T.
It's funny because the commentators asked the question in a swerve that nobody saw coming. I mean, but who saw that coming? Like, I mean, really, who saw that? Oh, it was me. I saw that coming. I said that on the prediction show. It was me. I said that. I called that.
That Paul was going
to betray both Punk and Roman and align himself with. I said that before tonight's show started.
Wolf tickets.
Weird. Crazy that, the 16-time, soon to be 17-time champ would know what he's talking about.
Right
That's
here.
crazy, folks.
Staying right here tomorrow, folks.
Well, things are tied up 5-5 now, but this was a good triple threat match.
Oh yeah, this was excellent. I would give it 4 stars.
I think I'm gonna go 4 stars as well.
Look at that sea of humanity leaving. Now it's Vegas, so it's not gonna be a disaster like it was a couple of years ago when Brock. I forget. Yeah, it was the one where Brock opened the show so he could get helicoptered out of there.
Yeah.
Okay, which. Yeah. Uh-oh. We got CM Punk.
We're going to pause that because I want to hear that.
Yep. We got CM Punk limping out here. And you don't suppose somebody's going to, like, attack him and beat him up, do you? Like,
maybe,
when would that ever happen? But, folks...
yeah, I don't know. They went into the crowd. It worked. The spots were fine. It was when they got into the last third of the match and they started trading finishers and the sequences, and they were flawless. The spear into the pedigree... I mean, stomps into go to sleeps and then trading their own moves against each other. And then you thought you were going to see the shield bomb through the table. He says, no. Roman punches Seth, does the power bomb to Punk through the table himself, goes over to Seth, power bombs him through the Spanish announce table. And then you've got Punk and Roman in the ring. Rollins passed out on the other side. Heyman grabs the chair. and he's just can't decide who to give it to, so he slides it into Punk. And then he gets in the ring with Punk.
Like
and then
he's never done before.
Like he's never done before. And he low blows Punk. You made me choose. This is on you. Roman goes to town on Punk, and then gleeful Paul says, "This is your redemption against Rollins again. Here you go. It's all yours. Take it." And he goes to hit Seth with the chair again, and low blow to Roman Reigns from Paul Heyman. Like I said, beautiful. This was a work of art in terms of storytelling, and of course it was. It's Paul Heyman. This is three guys who work very well with whoever you put them in there with. So this was wonderful.
And again,
great night one.
Our tribal chief was robbed.
Robbed.
So, Tony, you did call the main event. I will give you credit that Seth Franklin Rollins, after doing many jobs
last year
at main event at Mania, just last year, but also I think the year before too.
Yeah, he needed a Mania win, and that was the main reason I ended up going with Rollins here, because he's probably on the twilight of his run as well, like it or not. This guy's not very old, but his body is not going to hold up forever either.
Now, you know who's not in the twilight of his run? Phil KOE as Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion. Okay? I have retained tonight, and I'm going to retain tomorrow. Tony, let's get into what tomorrow has in store for the beautiful folks at home.
So to remind everyone what we've got for tomorrow, and we will be doing a watch along, so that will be fun. Make sure you're subscribed so you can watch with us. So tomorrow night we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like another 7 matches tomorrow night. First off, we've got the Randy Orton Open Challenge. I've picked either Aleister Black or Rusev to be the mystery opponent. You have picked either Sheamus or Sami Zayn.
I like my Sami Zayn pick a lot more than my Sheamus.
Yeah, I figured. I figured. But I mean, why not? It makes sense.
Yeah, it could be anybody.
On a last minute notice, Sheamus is a fine
Maybe it's
pick.
Rey Mysterio.
It could be.
Or El Grande Americano.
Get a 2 for this weekend. We've got AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. We are completely different on our picks for night 2, so this is going to be interesting to see.
I love this match, though. I want to see Logan, AJ. That's going to be the highlight of the night for me.
I'm super excited for that one. I've got AJ. You've got Logan Paul. We've got the 4-way for the IC title: Braun versus Dom versus Finn versus Penta. Oh, you're changing it to Penta? Okay, I got you.
No. I'm just
okay.
Doing his thing.
I've got Dom. You've got Braun. I'm excited for that as well. We've got Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest in a Sin City street fight, whatever the fuck that is. They
didn't even get a picture. That might go on the pre-show.
I've got Drew McIntyre. You've got Damian Priest. Then we've got the women's.
I don't feel good about that one. I don't like it, but I know I'm right.
I hope you're not.
It's like the Jey Uso Gunther thing. There's no other way to go with it.
There was, and they chose wrong tonight. We've got Liv and Raquel defending against Bayley and Lyra. I've got Liv and Raquel. You've got Bayley, Lyra. We've got Bianca Belair versus Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley. I've got Bianca. He's got Rhea Ripley. And then, of course, the main event, the big one, champ Cody Rhodes defending against 17-time hopeful John Cena. You've got the incumbent. I've got the record breaker. And that's going to be the match, folks, that determines who leaves with the RWP title as well. And it's going to be me, Tony G, hitting 17, just like John Cena tomorrow night.
Oh, no, folks. Tomorrow, KOE is going to be holding his Winged Eagle RWP title up high. This is a interim belt for when I'm at home, because we actually got this at the Royal Rumble where that belt was featured. So it does have some continuity there. So, folks, WrestleMania weekend is upon us. Tomorrow is Easter. I totally hate the fact that they did WrestleMania on Easter. Next year, they're not. They learned their lesson. But we get a 2-night SummerSlam. I guess they didn't fully learn their lesson.
No.
But at least they They acquired AAA. That means something,
They
right?
did do that.
They did do that. So
Yes.
maybe they could start turning those into 2-night events too.
Oh, let's why not? Why stop there? WrestleMania needs to be a week long, Phil.
You shut your no, like because they will do that.
I would say
Okay.
at this point they might as well move WrestleMania to Memorial Day weekend and do a 3-night event.
No, you don't give them
Yeah, because they might
ideas.
actually do that. I can
Because
see that happening.
WrestleMania Backlash, that was one that they tried. Boy, they sure tried, didn't they?
They tried.
They know that WrestleMania is a more popular brand than WWE, and so they're trying to see in what way can they actually basically squeeze as much juice as they can out of that without like literally cutting open the golden egg laying goose. And they're getting pretty close.
They're getting
like because even Jim Cornette of all people, he even said, really, it's getting to the point of how much more money can they really squeeze out of the same mark? I mean, at one point it gets like too expensive and people just phase out. There's cheaper entertainment elsewhere.
But you know what's not cheap entertainment, Phil? It might be free, but it's not cheap. That's the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast, where all of you need to come back tomorrow night when the show kicks off. Night 2 watch along. Be here with us.
Yes, folks. Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast on Spotify. Also, check us out on Big Buckin' Empire on Facebook. And also, of course, me, Phil KOE at KOE Nation on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Twitter. -X, depending on your political persuasion or whatever your opinion of Elon is this week. But yes, folks, you can find me on all of those platforms, and I hope you join me tomorrow as we get deeper into WrestleMania and as I retain my Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast championship. Tony, there ain't gonna be no 17 times tomorrow.
Sure there is, for me and John Cena.
Tony, that just will not happen because this belt is right at home, right where it is.
Well, you've seen my power of prediction when it comes to the main event, and I am the main event, so we will see you tomorrow.
As I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us here at the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast for our review and reaction to night 1 of Whoa, WrestleMania! Yes, folks. God bless. Travel well.
See you then.